So the other day I took a trip to the Big Blue store. I needed to pick up some treated lumber and some concrete blocks. But they hardly had any of those concrete blocks that I was needing. Today I'm headed to the Big Orange store. See if I can't get the rest of those concrete blocks I need. So I want to get started on building a tiny feed shed. I'm calling it tiny because I can't afford to put much feed in it. So I plan on building this tiny feed shed right over here to my left. It's a pretty centralized location. Got one hoop coop up here, stationary coop over there, and the pig pen right here behind me. Now I've grabbed an assortment of different size blocks. I got some 2-inch thick ones, some 8-inch thick ones, and some 4-inch thick. It'll probably take a combination of all these to get the foundation leveled out right here. The ground slopes off pretty bad. So this tiny feed shed's only going to be about 4 foot wide and 8 foot long. I need to get a better idea of how high the back's going to be up off the ground. Thank you. All I have is this little small level, but I guess it'll do. I'm getting 19 inches tall right there, and I'm gonna have to dig it out some to level out the ground where it's sitting. Let me get a shovel and we'll get started on that. Well, I grabbed everything I think I might need, but I'm sure I forgot something. I'm going to go ahead and start with this first corner right here. Just kind of want to level out the ground. And I've already changed my mind about using that 2-inch tall block. I'm going to put a 4-inch block there. The weight of that shed may crush that block, I don't know. Well, I don't have one of them tampers to help pack that soil down with. So you use what you got. Let's see if I can get lucky with 3 more bricks. I'm kind of just running that board off the edge of that block, kind of make a straight line out of it, and I'll put my second corner block right up here. I'm not really concerned about squaring this right now. What I want to do is get the blocks leveled out. And actually the front of that tiny shed is only 43.5 inches wide. So as long as I end up on the center of the block, or real close to it, then I'm going to have wiggle room to the left and to the right. Wow, that is going to be tiny. So the 2 stacks of blocks I had up front, they're level, just not with each other. So I'm going to go ahead and lay a little bit of gravel in here and see if I can't raise this side up about a ½ inch. I'll pack that back down and set the blocks on it and check for level again. So those 2 sets of blocks are level that way. Where's that level? Well, it's just a little bit low here on the back side. But I didn't really expect it to be that tall. After I dug out several inches of dirt on the side of that embankment, I ended up with 4, 12, 20, 22 inches worth of block to get it level. I'm not sure if I should be concerned about it being sturdy enough to hold that shed. Maybe the weight of the shed will hold it down, or maybe I could even put some adhesive or something like that between the joints. If you have any ideas, let me know down below. So I believe the outside corner of that block needs to go right here in this general area. So the back of that block's about a ½ inch too low. Need to remove a little bit more dirt from the front side of it. And rocks. All right, that's good. Let's see if I have the right combination of blocks to get it up to the level right here with the other side. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but there's a little gap right here and a little gap here on that side as well. So I got a little bit more maneuvering to do to get that thing to lay flat. So let's unstack these blocks again. I'm going to backfill this uphill side with what little bit of gravel I have left. Then I filled in the rest of the way with some of that dirt that I dug out of there. Well, I guess you could say that's about as level as it's gonna get, or that's as level as I care to get it. I'm gonna have two 4x4 skids running from the front blocks to the rear blocks in the same fashion as that 2x4 laying right there. If I measured correctly, those 4x4s ought to be sitting just about like this one is. So I'll have some wiggle room to move it either way, this way or this way, to get it square. Or as square as I feel like a tiny feed shed should be. I brought more tools than I needed today. Didn't get as far as I expected. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up right here where we're at. And I'll catch y'all next time here at the It'll Do Homestead. Have a good evening, everybody.